Welcome to Bespoke Diaries. Today's article is on Growing with Grief by Jaspriya Gandhok, founder, TEDx speaker, MindScapes Coaching and Consulting, India. Grief gets a raw deal. It is often considered an unwanted, undesired, avoidable feeling, an emotion carrying nothing but dark despair. And if not handled with care, grief can become all these and more. So why does grief get a bad name? Can it be turned into an experience that leads to transformation and growth? My answer is yes, it can. In a span of a little less than 3 years, she lost both her parents. Her mother's passing was sudden and completely unexpected. On the other hand, she witnessed her father slipping a little every day, for over a course of a few months. She doesn't know if she experienced all stages of grief, but she does know that, and she is not even sure if everyone goes through them all, that too in the same order. For example, when we lost our parents, her sister and she grieved differently. Not just that, our individual reactions and processing of the loss of each of our parents were also different with their passing. The bottom line is that each loss is different, it will impact you differently, and it is your individual battle. You have to fight it your own way. It definitely helps to strong support system, but at the end of the day, you have to find a way out of it on your own. When she lost her mother, she was in deep shock because it happened so suddenly that we had no time to prepare ourselves. She was there one moment and gone the next. There were so many unspoken things between us, and to this day, there are moments when she almost picks up her phone to speak to her, seeks her advice, asks for a recipe, or simply shares some gossip. The suddenness of her leaving us made it very difficult for us to terms with it. On the other hand, with our father, we got some time to prepare ourselves for his passing, as we saw his condition deteriorating over a few months. We were given an opportunity to tell him how much we loved him and create some more happy memories that will stay with us forever. In both cases though, what helped her bear the loss was to find ways of keeping their essence in things she could do in her day-to-day life. Her mom was a very social person. She was great at building and nurturing relationships. After she passed away, she decided to take on the responsibility of keeping in touch with her friends and all our relatives. This meant not just making new connections, but also rekindling old ones. It has been 3 years now since her mom passed away, but getting reminded how she touched the lives of so many people warms her heart. This is a way to stay connected to her and safeguard her legacy. It's only been 3 months since her father passed away, and she deeply feels the void created by his absence. He used to call her his sparring partner because he and she debated on a multitude of issues and topics, not always seeing eye to eye. He encouraged independent thinking in both her sister and herself. He encouraged us to question everything and develop a worldview free of prejudice and bias of any sort. While going through his things, she came across his diary and notes. After his retirement, he started to chronicle his life experiences. He had wanted to publish them in form of a book. In one of the notebooks, she came across the chapter titles of the book he intended to write. This has now become his project to undertake. Carrying on her mom's legacy has made her look outward and value people in her life, and continuing her dad's dream is making her look inward to understand herself better. In both cases, she sees herself growing as a person. With grief, usually people live in denial or are consumed by it. Living in denial only pushes the impact for later and makes it more intense when you finally accept it, if you do at all. This is also consumed in a different way. Your emotions keep simmering under the surface, damaging you in ways that you don't understand. So, we come to the all-important question: when grief can be so overwhelming, how can one grow with it? The answer to that is simple but hard to accomplish. It begins with acceptance of loss and then finding ways to use it to propel your emotional growth. The grief she felt at losing her parents became the driving force for her to internalize their essence in a way that they live through her in some manner. If embraced, grief can transform a person into a better version of themselves. This is Growing with Grief. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Do leave your thoughts in the comments section below. For similar type of article, please reach us at contact@thebespokediaries.com, or you can visit our website www.thebespokediaries.com.